Alright, what is up everybody? In this video we're checking out every new evolved unit from the TUI Goku update. Thank you to Audio for showcasing pretty much like every unit here that I don't have myself. First up we have Lazy Cat Awake plus 7th Universe Divine Angel Sirius. We have Glitched and Glorious on them with no skill tree it looks like. So 603 mil over each 6.34 on placement, circle AoE. And if we get into the passes we have Destruction / Time Travel. We have the 2 meters right there, and while Lazy Cat is attacking, gain 5 destruction per attack. And then 7th Universe's Divine Angel gains time travel meter at 1 per second. By the way, I'm still sick right now, so sorry if I'm bad at reading, or you can tell I sound weird. This passive right here just says they alternate attacks with the negation and restrict we were seeing, and then slow and accelerate we were also seeing. Then Destruction Before Creation / Temporal Redo. When Lazy Cat secures a takedown, he's also going to kill another enemy on the map, and bosses instead take 2.5% max HP. And then when 7th Universe Divine Angel secures a takedown, spawn another enemy with the Temporal Rift modifier, cannot be applied to bosses. Temporal Rift modifier? I don't know what that is, but maybe we'll find out. Cloning / Finishing Blow. Every upgrade gains 1 clone, max of 11. Clones have 50% attack stat, and if an enemy is below 65% HP, 7th Universe's Divine Angel has a 5% chance on each attack to instantly kill them. Those are all for the passives for now. Going through the abilities now. Thank you to Audio for paying attention, because I took a long time to read those passives, sorry. I was kind of struggling to get it in one take, man. I'm very sick, I was coughing. On upgrade 4 we get 2 new active abilities, so first up Destruction Hakai. Deal destruction, so cap of 500, times total damage to all enemies on the map. Afterwards Lazy Cat enters sleep, and only Divine Angel will attack for 45 seconds, so Pierce will stop attacking, but it is a very strong nuke. Time Travel Search for Help. This is going to make Whis disappear, and return with a random unit. Summoned unit is a max upgrade, and gains Lazy Cat and Divine Angel trait and enchant. Okay, want to use both abilities. Let me see what happens here. Oh shoot, they turned into Yuko. Okay, use both the abilities. There's no animation for either of them. It took me a minute to realize what happened. Yuko's on the floor. Cool. Okay, she has like her maxed out everything. Awesome. By the way, here are the clones. Let me click on one. 5.74 bill. Yeah, very interesting. Okay. Going through the upgrades again. Now we're going to max them out. They are doing 55.8 bill every 4.93. Nope. 97.3 bill every 4.93. I don't know. Damage ramping up a lot. Clones are doing 55 bill, 27 bill, I don't know, lots of damage man, 27.8. If you get lucky with the random unit thing, that's actually very cool, but overall, yeah, they're all doing billions of damage and there's like 10 of them. Moving on, we have Aura Farmer, doing 1.42 bill or 4.22, never mind, I don't know. Every unit of this update like has fluctuating damage, but he has a stun and cripple on placement cost of 2.5k, we have Glitched and Glorious, no skill tree once again, circle AoE, pretty good damage, and he has the Aura Farming passive, so on attack, he gains a stack of aura, this bar right here. When he reaches the max stack of that, which is 10, he's going to stop attacking, time stop all enemies in range for 100 seconds, and deal damage times aura times 10, every 10 seconds while aura is consumed. I feel like this is really OP for a 100 second time stop, but whatever. We'll go through the upgrades here, see what he has on upgrade 5, we have a new attack, and abilities it looks like coming up. If we go through these here. Pretty good damage, but mostly like a time stopping support, I think. On upgrade 5 we become a line AoE, with the classic Side Beam Laser attack, and then new ability called Side Beam Laser. Upon activation, do 100 times his damage in a thin line AoE, with the strongest unit in his range, and apply Plasma. Okay, hold on. Same thing as Godly, this guy, so if you saw this before, you know, same thing as that. Okay. It's just a little mini nuke, nothing crazy, just like a boss killing nuke. Max upgrade, we should get 2 new abilities, so one of them is Unlock Potential. Want to use Potential. Let's go ahead and check that out. Should be a different form or something, but right now pretty okay damage. Yeah, he unlocked a different form, which, I don't know, model is like really ugly, not gonna lie. New passives, Aura Farming, we already had that. D1 Aura Farmer, deal 10% damage in range every second, gain a flat damage buff equal to 1% of the damage dealt by this passive. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what that's gonna mean, but whatever. Could be form of infinite damage, I think. Then we have a new ability, Giant Pillar Smash. Upon activation, execute all non-boss enemies, so very OP. Deal combined damage of units in range times 10,000 to all boss type enemies. Very strong nuke for sure. Overall they're looking very strong. Oh shoot, he got really big during the Side Beam Laser. Okay. No animation, he's just T-posing. Moving on to another duo unit. Protectors from the Destroyed Future, Future Rohan plus Teen Trunks Battle Hardened. So 2 in 1, Future Gohan and Teen Trunks. First up, Teen Trunks, we have like 180 mil-ish right here. 20% damage gained for every enemy in range, uncapped. Unit always crits against bosses. Okay, so infinitely ramping up damage as well, up to a cap of like 100 enemies or whatever the enemy limit is. Raging transformation on placement apparently, but that might be like the other unit. I don't know. Max him out though. To attack in upgrade 4 is still a circle AoE. Upgrade 7 still circle AoE. Then upgrade 9 we have a new ability, Vengeful Flash of Light, which I'm not even seeing. I don't know, we can't see Trunks' abilities yet, for some reason. By the way, we have a double trait, glitched and all seeing, no skill tree, mastery, enchant. Probably something with Gohan, yeah. Check out Gohan here, future Rohan. He has health, for some reason. Warrior's Last Stand, he has a health bar starting at 10 upon placement. Every ability used by the unit, he loses 1 health and gains a damage buff of 125%. Has 0 health, remove the unit and unlock the Raging Transformation ability on Teen Trunks. Okay. Passing the torch. When reaching 0 health, buff nearby allies damage. Gotcha, so future Gohan's going to use his like ability here over and over. He's going to buff himself by quite a bit of damage, but then eventually go away and give that damage to Trunks and have Trunks like transform into something. Okay, well we're going to go check this guy out first. Gohan, go into the upgrades here. One-handed Key Wave. Looks like the 3 abilities he has in max upgrade are all just different attacks. I don't even want to read all of them, but I don't know. Different like stat lines and different attacks for one attack. If we spam abilities here, he should eventually like buff his damage up quite a bit and then should eventually go away. Yep, there we go. He was doing trillions per second though, so it's like every unit this update is just broken, man. But Raging Transformation on Trunks here. Let's find out what this is right here. Okay, cutscene. Okay, he turned into yellow hair Trunks, and he has Vengeful Flash of Light, doing 15 attacks of like a different stat line, with max HP uncapped damage. Okay, bro, and walk back. Okay, so once again, a very OP unit. Every unit of this update is very OP. Check out if this has a cutscene though. An animation of some kind. It does, I think. Or like, something weird with the line. It became infinite range line. Oh, shoot. Okay, well he's, very strong. Next up we have Android 67. Double trait of Glitched and All-Seeing, with the attack enchant. Max level, no skill tree. Good 1.47 bill, or 4.51, placement cost of 5k, circle AoE. Passives we have Hunger. Enemies in range are marked with Dessert. Let me make sure I have attack effects on real quick. Upon attacking an enemy marked with Dessert, permanently gain any dot applied to that enemy with a max permanent dot of 7. So if we use dot units with her, she can take their dot, which is very, very good. For every dot this unit has, she gains 50% damage and 20% range. Enemies marked with Dessert take 30% more dot damage from all sources. And if this unit has 10 dots, which I'm not sure, I guess you can get 3 temporary maybe. Remove all dots from this unit, deal 200 times damage in range, and apply all lost dots after 30 seconds. So if you like overload her on a bunch of different dot effects, she can kind of nuke, which is pretty cool. And then full course, permanently gain any dots from allied units in range, max perm dot 7. These dots count for transformed evil but will not be removed, and 100% extra dot damage for every dot gained from this passive. So she really depends on the team you run. If she copies really good dots, she's really good. She can also make dots way stronger. We're not going to show exactly how it's going to interact with stuff because, like, you know, it depends on what team you run. But getting into the upgrades here. First upgrade 10k. Starting off kind of expensive, not going to lie. Coming full AoE on upgrade 4. And got a new ability and new passive as well. Sweet Tooth on upgrade 4. Non-boss enemies marked with Dessert have a 7% chance to instantly die every attack. An enemy dies from this passive, gain a random dot, and deal 6-7% of that enemy's max HP to all enemies in range. Okay, wait, what? That might be really broken, because you can just kind of one-shot stuff, and then deal a percent of their max HP to all enemies in range. Okay, infinite damage pretty much, every unit this update, bro. Really broken. Really, really broken. Because that scales off the percent of the HP of the enemies you kill, and those enemies are like guaranteed to die because they have a chance to be one-shot. Oh man. Okay, well anyway, max her out. She has, I don't even know how she's gaining this many. She's just killing stuff with Dessert and gaining random effects. She has, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different dot effects on her. We're at 124 bill, and we're using the ability as well. Might as well just see the cutscene on it. By the way, that was Scientific Alteration. This is going to be like a buffing mode. Gonna last 200 seconds. She gains a random dot every 4. If she has 3 or more burn type dots are buffed by 300% damage. And then bleed type, same thing. And if you have bolt and electrified, all enemies are stunned for 5 seconds every 10 seconds. If the unit has 4 or more debuff type dots, all enemies are stunned for 30 seconds. Okay. Really crazy. She has a lot of different dot effects. This is gonna be like a mode that's kind of making her even stronger. And overall, I think her best part is the percent-based damage right here. Really, really OP infinite damage, man. Really OP. The final unit we're having audio showcase is Evil Demon Boohan Enraged, or Boo. So this guy had to ramp up for 100 out of 100 candy, and that was from his Candy Craze passive here. We had to go into a Nightmare Infinite. So pretty much he has a candy bar, fills up when he hits something twice, it'll mark it with candy, and when that thing dies he'll gain 1 candy. the boss dies with that mark, it'll gain 5 candy. So gotta ramp him up to 100, he'll gain more damage when he has more candy. 2% damage, 1% SPA reduction, and then 4% range buff. He does also alternate attacks, I'm not sure where that passive will show, right here, okay. So on placement, by the way, we have Glitch and Glorious, no skill tree. He's looking really good. Hard to tell the exact damage right away, because like, you know, he's rotating attacks or whatever. Key control. Every 5 attacks, change attack style in the following cycle. Magic is a circle AoE, gain weakened and crippled and lose 25% SPA. Mystic is a circle AoE, gain pressure and stun, gain 50% range. 3 is a line AoE, gain despair and exposed, and 400% damage and 100% SPA. You'll pay, full AoE, gain slow, plasma, and 300% damage. My turn, single target, gain pressure, despair, weaken, expose, shred, restrict, and 1000% damage. He's got alternating AoE and alternating effects, very, very strong. I'll go through the different upgrades here. He's already looking very, very good. Apparently an ability called Extinction Event, I'm not sure when that is usable, but he's looking really, really strong. New attacks and upgrade 3 and 5 apparently, but they don't really matter, because, you know, he's got alternating ones anyway. Max upgrade, he's doing trillions of damage every second. Okay. Ability Absorption, which by the way, he does have to max out his candy for this, I think, or at least get some candy. So upon activation, select any unit. If selecting other unit, create a permanent clone that copies selected unit. He copies their passives, actives, current upgrade stats, and total damage and kills. If you choose him, he gains a lot of damage and uncaps his candy crate stack. Continue to gain buffs at 50% effectiveness, and then gain active Extinction Event. So that is the ability we see at upgrade 1. It has a 5-second local cooldown and is removed after 3 uses, and can only select the same unit once, so you can't just buff him over and over. Okay, with the ability on him, we're looking at about 11 trillion I just saw now. He's doing even more damage than before. And the Extinction Event ability looks like a nuke ability, deals total damage times candy stack, so cap of infinite really, times total kills divided by 10. And if he hasn't used it for 30 waves, it deals 0.5% of his total damage as tick damage every second permanently. Pretty much infinite damage if you let it scale up high enough. Really broken. Every unit this update's very broken. Thank you Audio for showcasing most of them. Yeah, I don't even know what to say about infinite damage on everyone. Now for the final 2 units of the showcase, we have TUI Goku and the new Godly Unleashed Beast vs Uncontrollable Monster. I do already have proper videos out for each of these units individually, so if you want better showcases of them, I recommend you go check those videos out. But I will briefly recap what these units do for anybody who didn't see those videos or doesn't really want to. I'm not going to read any of this because, you know, I've already read it before and I want to go to bed. But go through the upgrades here. TUI Goku, really, really broken. Insane damage. He has like a button that gives him 1/6 damage. He's got a lot of different abilities here. And I think the most important part of his kit is going to be the crit related stuff. This passive right here, critical strikes, deal an additional 10% current HP damage uncapped. I think this is a stupidly broken passive. This is very, very OP. And he also has a very strong debuff from the last stand effect. So TUI Goku, #1 unit in the entire game right now, but pretty expensive. And then for future Gohan versus Perfect Cell, these guys are kind of confusing because they like ramp up very quickly for billions to trillions to quadrillions of damage. If we check them out one at a time here, so Perfect Cell. Going through the upgrades again, I recommend you check out my individual videos on these people because like you'll see the limits of their damage in my proper video of this Godly. They do a lot of damage, they're infinitely ramping up, so that's kind of their whole thing. Infinite damage. Then Beast Gohan, damage infinitely ramping up, and not too much to talk about other than that. So, I don't know man, personally, I'm ready to go to bed. This update is kind of a letdown, but I'm going to treat it like any other update and, you know, drop the videos I need to drop. Do this video probably soon, but do expect the stuff in the showcases to maybe change, and the stuff in the tier list to be different, because they're about to roll out an emergency nerf for a lot of the newer units in the entire game. You can probably tell this is very rushed and a temporary thing, because I mean look how they're fixing Guts, just making him a circle AoE. I think that's really dumb. But hey, they're starting to nerf stuff, I think that's a good sign. Maybe the game will turn around and go in the right direction. For now, I'm not sure. This update is not too great. Some of the units definitely are pretty cool though, so let me know what you think in the comments down below. Anyways, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and have a great day.